Hiya! Today we're gonna make a snack for Yuikai. Banana bread with chocolate chips. For this recipe, we're gonna need 2 to 3 bananas, 2 cups of flour, a cup of brown sugar, 2 eggs, a teaspoon, not tablespoon, of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/8 a teaspoon of salt, half a cup of butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, half a cup of milk with 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, nutmeg, and finally, cinnamon. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, well, let's get started. So, before you even start making the banana bread, you should turn on the oven so that it's nice and toasty when you're ready to start cooking. Set the temperature to 350 degrees. Next, let's get to the main part of the recipe, mixing. My sister and I are making this together, and I'm gonna do a lot of the mixing, so my first job is mashing up these bananas. Also, fun side note, this mixer has a burst button on it, and when you press it, the mixer basically engages its limit brake, going really fast for a few seconds before being all tuckered out. Next we have the brown sugar. At this point your mom might come in to tell you that because the bananas are a little older, they'll be sweeter anyways, so you don't need an actual full cup of sugar. So your sister will start scooping some out, but your mom will say it's fine, so into the bowl! Plop! And mix! It doesn't look much like banana bread yet, but it'll get there. Okay, next put in a teaspoon of salt. Teaspoons and tablespoons are very different. I learned that the hard way. We're also going to need a stick of melted butter, so put it in the microwave for a minute so that it's liquid. Unfortunately, you need the mixing cup that the butter is in to break the eggs into. So it's break time! Good job, team! Once the butter has melted, you need to open up the microwave like an absolute boss! And then pour the contents into the mixture. Next, it's time to crack the eggs into the measuring cup and, get all of the shell into it. Well, second time's the charm. Oh. Okay. So after spending a good few minutes trying to scoop out all of the shell from the measuring cup, you and your sister will decide that you have no idea if you got it all, and it's better to just abandon those eggs and clean out the cup entirely. Sorry, eggs. Your sacrifice won't be forgotten. Okay, cracking eggs, take 2. Yeah, no shell. Mix that and then pour some milk into the measuring cup, along with a touch of lemon juice. Next up is 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and because you actually used a teaspoon this time, your banana bread won't end up tasting like pretzels. Then we add the nutmeg and just pour in lots of cinnamon. Time for more mixing! When it comes to the flour, the measuring cup might not fit. If that happens, it's best to panic until Mom tells you to try a half cup instead. For this part, it's probably best to put the flour in waves so that you can mix it all in gradually. Also, try to mix in the flour that gets to the sides. The recipe called for 2 cups of flour, but Mom tested out the batter by swishing it around and decided it needed to be thicker, so we added in another half cup. Once that was done, we moved on to the best part of the recipe, the chocolate chips! When it comes to the chocolate chips, just kind of pour them in until someone makes you stop. Stir them in gently without the blender so that your chocolate chips don't break apart. Your mixture is ready for baking, but before you put it in the tray, be sure to butter it up to prevent it from sticking. You can either do this by complementing it or with actual butter. Sprinkle some flour into the tray too for... Actually, I have no idea why. I guess it prevents stinking too? Either way, you can now put your future food into the tray. It looks kind of like a science school project with how it slowly plops into the tray, doesn't it? Next, start patting it down until you're told that you don't have to do that. Then realize it's hard to get the mixture off the spatula. Okay, I guess that's just on there forever. Put it in the oven, and then cook it at 350 degrees for an hour. Oh, I can't wait! Any second now. Okay, well, I'll be back later. It's done! Look at that! It looks like real food! We did it! By the time you let it cool, the rest of your family will have already taken a piece, and they're all still alive, so that's a good sign. Now here's my slice. It's good! We did it! Thank you for watching. I'm gonna eat my banana bread. Oh, right. We were making this for Yui Kai, weren't we? Well, I'm sure she'll be okay with us having taste tested it a bit first. Maybe just one more slice.